Hi, this is Billie, here to bring a flash update on U.S. news concerning deep freeze information we received last week regarding the U.S. and Canada. Some of my sources are God in the Bible, Patriot subscribers, Ryan Hall, y'all, Pastor Paul Begley and Mike from around the world, Suspicious Observers, Hal Turner. So we'll be covering an update on this extreme weather and other information that's coming out. So I'll just do a short update for us and some other information. Okay, so we have Washington, we got the northwest corner, we've got Canada, British Columbia, we've got Vancouver, Calgary. All right. And we've got Alaska coming out here. Last week, I had information that was from Hal Turner, and he brought up this intel that from the August 1 predicted forward to August 21 or August 14, there would be a deep freeze in this area down into the U.S. of a minus 45 degrees Celsius or a minus 60 degrees Celsius, which for us would be a minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, when I put this out, I was also showing current temperatures for Vancouver and Calgary as being about 52 degrees Celsius. And a Patriot subscriber said, this would be 26 degrees Celsius if it was 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And what I did was I went with the information that was on the weather sites. I consulted who listed it in the 50s for a 78 degree Fahrenheit. It would be in the 50s for Celsius, but it's actually about 26 Celsius. My bad. So next time I'll do a little more checking even on a weather site and come up with my own calculations. Now, so what's coming out now, Mike from around the world was on Pastor Paul Begley's Thursday night program. I think this information came out from Hal Turner like last Tuesday. Mike from around the world came on Thursday night, and I looked at the information over the weekend. I also had some Patriot subscribers who said, Mike said this deep freeze information, deep freeze, was a typo. So I looked into it, and it's possible that what was being predicted 3 weeks in advance was that this area would drop from the 78 degrees Fahrenheit down to a 45 degree Celsius or a 60 degree Celsius, not a negative, as is shown here. But based on this information, it looks like this should be in the 20s or 30s on the Celsius. So this whole information seems to be somewhat suspect. What's coming out now is that Hal Turner received intel that this deep freeze was going to take effect with these minus temperatures, which would be a minus 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Then 2 days later, we had Mike from around the world saying, it was the deep freeze was typo. So negative. But that doesn't change the prediction for weather 2 weeks to 3 weeks out. Now, one of my favorite weather people now is Ryan Hall Y'all. He does a good job of graphically showing the weather. Does some teaching along the way about meteorology. It's good. But his basis for predicting maybe a week, but he has said on several occasions you really can only firmly predict weather like maybe 3 days out. So this indicator saying this intel that Hal Turner received predicting what the weather would be 2 to 3 weeks out is an indicator of geoengineering, and that would be in the past we've had Dane Whittington is a pioneer of geoengineering, manipulating the weather. Now we have sources saying, oh, the White Hats are now in control of all HAARP and the weather modification programs. We don't really absolutely know that that is true. Now we also had this come out. This came out this morning from Suspicious Observers. And this was, also I had a Patriot subscriber in Pennsylvania who said, oh, the weather's been very strange. We have hot burning days and the nights are very cold in the 60s on the Fahrenheit scale. Not normal. And then we've been getting a lot more rain. Their plants are thriving, flowers and veggies. Yeah. And says, thanks again for your info. Okay. And I had a Patriot subscriber who also picked up that typo information from Mike from around the world. So now we're getting this from Suspicious Observers this morning, and I'll link that for you. We had from the University of Calgary, from their geography department, and I loved my geography courses. Okay, that named Stuart Harris, and he's talking about a 26,000 year cycle, and we're in a weather cycle that in Canada in 2020, this cycle started in the mid-latitudes of North Hemisphere, and that would be down to about Canada, about midway of the U.S. Precursors for going into a next cycle of Ice Age. So that's also going on. We also had this week information from Hal Turner out in this area. We had an 11-ship group. We had 7 Russian warships. We had 4 Chinese research ships. I submit to you there's something up with this predicted deep freeze. And no, it's not going to be a deep freeze, but yeah, we can predict what the weather's going to be 2 to 3 weeks out. Yeah, something with geoengineering. And we had this group come out, and that was August 5. And they were shadowed by 4 U.S. destroyers and 1 P-8 Poseidon plane, which is a spy plane that also carries torpedoes and other missiles. Very rare, says Rear Admiral Moore, commander of the Alaska Coast Guard. So, a short flash update about the weather in this area. We know it's always good to prep and pray. It's good to remember God is in charge and He is on the move. I love you, and I'll see you soon.